Josh Hasten here, Israel Uncensored, on the Land of Israel Network at thelandofisrael.com. It is Friday morning, June 21st, 2019. I am coming to you from beautiful, it is unbelievable, honestly, the Kraft Family Sports Complex in Jerusalem. It is a full 100-yard football field in addition to several other facilities used for soccer and other sports here in Jerusalem. I'm standing on the field awaiting many NFL players, Hall of Fame players, current players. Robert Kraft, CEO and owner of the New England Patriots. And a lot of Israeli youth are already on the field right now getting ready for a scrimmage game here. It's a VIP star-studded event with NFL players, Hall of Famers, the mayor of Jerusalem, so many people. But it would not have been possible without the work and dedication for years of two special individuals, Steve Leibowitz and Danny Gewirtz, who brought American football to Israel. And here we are now, Danny? I'm with Danny Gewirtz, 30 years later or so, and you're standing on a synthetic grass field in Jerusalem with hundreds of Jewish Israeli athletes, and it's unbelievable, and you have the New England Patriots on a bus on the way over here. How do you feel this morning, Danny?
Very humbled. Just very, very fortunate, first of all, to have met up with Steve, which we did about 28 years ago. And then him and I just wanted to play some football. That's all we wanted to do. There was no football here at all. And we got a few teams together. And the rest, as they say, is history. The league started to grow. 10 years after we began the league, we got Robert Kraft involved. And it's just really taken off ever since. And it's just... I just can't tell you how humbled and fortunate I am to be part of this sports and especially football revolution that occurred in Israel.
It started with just a few teams playing. I believe it was on an empty lot somewhere in Jerusalem.
Near Shaarei Tzedek. There was a field there.
And then the YMCA on a dirt field, and then you got a piece of property. Also just a dirt and mud field where Kraft Stadium is in Jerusalem. It wasn't called Kraft Stadium. It was just a dirt pitch. And then Robert Kraft got involved, donated the money, and built a beautiful small stadium, put up a 60-yard field. And now here we are at state-of-the-art with goalposts and everything, 100-yard stadium, starting with just several teams. And now I think, are there 2,000 players in the league, in all the leagues?
Well, there are several thousand people who are involved in the football community now, whether it's chugim or high school leagues, men's and women's nationally ranked teams. They're actually internationally ranked. Tackle football leagues. I mean, the works. It's grown really organically. We have a wide variety of types of players. We have Israelis, we have Americans, we have Israelis whose parents are American. But the bottom line is that they're all playing football. And we're very, very excited, by the way, this summer to actually host the first international tournament. We're hosting the European Flag Football Championships. Every year we go to the flag to different countries and participate, but this year we're actually hosting the event, and we're very, very excited about that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I know Israel was scheduled to host it several years ago, and then we had a war in 2014. It was postponed, but I'm glad that the committee decided to bring the games here to Israel. That's the end of August. What are the dates on that?
August 30th to September 2nd. We currently have 20 teams that will be participating. Of course, men's and women's football will be played, and we're just, we're in high gear already, Josh. I mean, we're getting everything ready. The teams are already signed up. I don't know if they paid already, but we hope that the money will come through and that we're going to have some really fierce competition here at the end of the summer, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I just want to make that clear. You're talking about the championship of flag football in all of Europe is taking place at beautiful the Kraft Family Sports Complex here in Jerusalem, right. An unprecedented event, and as you mentioned, you have men's and women's teams from Israel. I don't know if people realize travel the world. I mean, I can't tell you how many countries they've been to and have competed and medaled in international competitions.
Both of the men's and women's teams are in the top 10 internationally, and I believe in the top 5 European leagues. So we're expecting nothing less than a medal for both of our men's and our women's teams, and we'll be upset if we don't medal with both of them.
I wish you guys much success. Just last question, what are your thoughts here today as we are celebrating the third annual or the third ever Touchdown in Israel event, Touchdown in Israel 3, with some They're all New England Patriots today. We've had other teams represented in the past. We've had some of the greatest players of all time, Joe Montana in Israel, Roger Staubach, Jim Brown. Today it's all New England Patriots, including the MVP of this past Super Bowl, Julian Edelman, and of course Robert Kraft, who made it all happen. What are your thoughts going into today's event? How's it different than, let's say, other years in the past?
Well, first of all, each one of these events is unique in its own right. As you mentioned, we had Hall of Famers come, and that's, of course, very, very special to see guys like Jim Brown, Joe Montana, Roger Staubach come and see what Robert has done. But the bottom line is, Josh, it's all about Robert Kraft. I mean, to see the players is nice. It's fun and exciting, and, that's what gets the headlines. But it's Robert who unceremoniously and very modestly brings these players here, these players and their former players, to be ambassadors for Israel. And that's the beauty of it. These guys are, of course, very influential people. They go back and they tell their hundreds or thousands of people who they're friendly with about Israel. And that's basically what Robert does. He creates ambassadors for Israel. So it's not just inviting the players, but it's multiplied thousandfold, because they go back and they just sing the praises of Israel. And today we have Patriot players, but again, it's really not who the players are. The fact is that they're going to go back and they're going to spread what Israel is really all about.
So it's public diplomacy, which you cannot pay for. You cannot get any better than this type of public diplomacy with these players who have hundreds and thousands and millions of fans, sharing their Israel experience with people all over the world, getting the reality and the truth about what's going on here in Israel. It could not have happened without Danny Gwirtz and Steve Leibowitz, two longtime friends who just wanted to watch a little football in Israel. And here we go with a unbelievable facility. If you haven't been here, you got to check it out in Jerusalem. Danny, wish you all the best of luck today and all your future endeavors. And let's go watch. The high school guys are getting ready to play a scrimmage game here. Let's go check that out. Thanks so much, Danny, for your time.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. And we invite everybody to come down and watch the championships this summer. It'll be a lot of fun.
End of August, early September, European Championships here in Jerusalem. We'll be back in a minute with our next interview. All right, I'm here at Kraft Family Stadium with the Netanya tackle high school football team known as the Sharks.
Yeah, Sharks.
Sharks. So what are your names?
My name is Ofek Enigsberg.
And I'm Nir Herver.
And you guys are born Israelis, right? You live here in Israel. You were born here in Israel, grew up in Israel. How did you get involved in – this is an American sport primarily. The whole world – soccer is the most popular sport. Even here in Israel, soccer is the most popular. How did you get involved in American football in Israel?
To be honest, when I was 8, I went to America and I saw a football field. I told my parents that I want to play it when I go older. And then someday, half a year ago, my friend told me that he plays American football. The second that he told me, I came to the next training and signed up.
How about you?
My father, when he was a kid, he played with his father and he really loved it. And when he heard there was a football team, so he sent me to try. And that's how I got to football.
And how are the Sharks doing? Are you in the middle of the season? When does your next season start if you're already in between?
Right now we're not playing. There's a game. The start of the season will be in half a year, something like that.
December.
Yeah, in December.
December.
The first game will be, I think.
And who's going to win the high school football tackle championships this year?
Us, Netanya Sharks.
You hope?
Yeah.
Where's the excitement? Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, we'll win it. Yeah.
Netanya Sharks, one of how many teams are in the league these days?
Last season there was 10. I think there will be 13.
12 to 13.
12
Yeah.
to 13.
13 high school flag tackle football teams here in Israel. 2 members of the Netanya Sharks who wish you much luck this season and enjoy today's activities here at Kraft Family Sports Complex.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Toda rabah. Thank you. I'm here now with Shauna Sprung, one of the captains of the women's national flag team. This summer, as we heard in one of our interviews a few seconds ago, Israel's hosting European Championship at the end of the summer here in Israel, unprecedented. And one of those people who made it happen is Shauna Sprung, who's been involved in the league for how many years now, Shauna?
15 years, since 2004.
Since 2004, as the quarterback for the national team. She's won multiple championships here, both domestically in Israel on the women's flag teams, has helped Israel medal in competitions all over the world. Shauna, give us your feelings here today as we stand on this unbelievable, beautiful stadium here in Jerusalem, the Kraft Family Sports Campus, awaiting some of the New England Patriots. What are your thoughts here this morning?
Hey, Josh, good morning. So first of all, I think it's an unbelievable experience to actually be on a real American football field in Israel, in Jerusalem. I've been practicing here for the last year. And I can just say, it's a radio show, so people can't actually see what the field looks like and what we have around us.
We'll send pictures as well.
Okay, because the views here are unbelievable. You look up at Jerusalem, and it's really a dream come true for me, as someone who in 2004 was just a spectator watching her, friends or guy friends playing, and then just basically turned it into a dream. I'm playing flag football for the women's national team, representing the country, year in, year out. So it's an unbelievable privilege, I'd say, and it's all thanks to the main man for this weekend, who's Robert Kraft, made this all happen. Obviously, Robert and Myra, Zichron Livracha. So it's like I said, it's a privilege to be here, and I look forward to having a lot more of these type of events where Robert's bringing all these non-Jewish athletes that are just interested to hear about Jerusalem and learn more about our country. So.
Tell me how you've been involved now for a decade and a half. How has football had an impact on your life? We're going to move over here away from the music.
What do you mean? I like the music.
Yeah.
I've been involved for 15 years. I've been playing for 15 years. Hopefully one day we'll start with coaching maybe. This will be actually my last year playing on the women's national team.
Why?
It's a good question. My body's telling me it's time.
I understand that. I can relate.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not my heart, but I'll always be involved with the program, whether it's helping out, teaching, coaching, whatever it is. Me and Yona Mishan, who's the head coach and has been around from day one with me. We always call this our baby, so it's not going anywhere. Now they're starting with that, Mike. And besides that, I'm a physical therapist, so I treat a lot of football players. I think a lot of my experience as a player with injuries and understanding the game has turned me into a better sports physical therapist. So, I actually understand the game. I know what the players need rehab-wise. So that's been very helpful, and that's my life right now. So.
Last question. Last night, Robert Kraft received the prestigious Genesis Prize. I saw you were there at the ceremony. Your reflections being in attendance last night at that amazing event.
Well, first of all, I think, it's a privilege being a part of this program and being able to be at a place like that where literally everyone was just celebrating Robert Kraft and the things that he stands for, and he does so many things, and someone from his caliber at that level to put in and say out loud, against the BDS and fighting anti-Semitism, there's no one better to do it because it's the Patriots, It's Robert Kraft. Everyone knows who that is. Yes, he happens to be Jewish, but he stands for what he believes in, and he's not afraid to say it, no matter no matter the haters.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Good luck to you guys. Hope you guys win the European Championship here on your home field. That would be nice, right?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. So congratulations on all your accomplishments, and enjoy today's festivities.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Have a good day.
And we're back. I am here with former Knesset MK Rabbi Dov Lippman, who is joining us here, also at Kraft Family Sports Campus, Sports Complex here in Jerusalem. Rabbi, welcome to Jerusalem here on a beautiful Friday morning. Touchdown in Israel 3. What brings you out here this morning?
I've always found it to be remarkable that Mr. Kraft brings NFL players, real star quality to Israel. When you talk about Hasbara and Israel advocacy, bringing people who Americans know so well to Israel, for them to see the beauty and the incredible country that we have, and they go back and they share that, they show it on social media. It's just so much for Israel, and for me to be able to be here and be a part of it is just an honor and a thrill.
And I know you actually are a fan of the Washington Redskins. Does that play into any of this here today, or are you able to forget about your loyalties in terms of the NFL and give it up for at least one morning because the Patriots are here in town and everything, as you mentioned, that it does for Israel's public diplomacy?
One of the things that it says on all the signs here is that we are all patriots, and I think that when it comes to people who live in Israel who so appreciate what Mr. Kraft does for Israel, we're able to put aside our team alliances. I loved it in the past. There have been some Redskins here in the past, and we certainly love that, but I'm able to very much appreciate the fact that he's bringing Patriots here and be as supportive as possible, and we'll try to encourage him to bring a Redskin or two in the future.
And just one last question before I know we're getting started here with the program. What are you up to these days? I know you're very, very busy also doing your part in Israel's public diplomacy efforts. What specifically are you up to very quickly as the players I believe, are starting to get off the buses right now.
Work for an organization called Honor Supporting, trying to make sure that the media tells the true story about Israel. Also doing a lot of work for students, overseas students in Israel, and just speaking in general on behalf of Israel, both in Israel and abroad, and enjoying every single moment of it, and also involved in integration of the ultra-Orthodox into Israeli society. So very happy with all the things we're involved with, and always good things to do in Israel.
Amazing. Thanks so much for your time and everything you do for the people of Israel. Thanks, Rabbi Dov Lippman.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I admit that it's quite an emotional time for me, as it is every time Mr. Kraft comes to Israel. It's always interesting. I want to begin by recognizing the new Jerusalem Mayor, Moshe Leon, and Deputy Mayor Alicia Peleg. Also Deputy Mayor Hassan Nahum, and thank them for their support of American football in Israel and their attendance today. On behalf of the American football community in Israel, it is an honor to host Mr. Kraft and the 15 Patriots, past and present, who have joined us today. Among the people who have honored us with their presence today, I want to make special mention of the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Mr. David Baker, and his wife Colleen. These two are truly righteous Gentiles. I'd also like to recognize the presence of the president of Ayelet Non-Olympic Sports in Israel, Mr. Arik Kaplan. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the new mayor of the city of Jerusalem, Mayor Moshe Leon. We know that Moshe Leon is a great supporter of football in the capital. He's already received our Big Blue Lions championship team. And we thank you for joining us today to welcome the Patriots to our capital, Mayor Leon.
Mr. Robert Kraft, one of the best friends Jerusalem has. Steve Leibovitz, president of the AFI, members of the New England Patriots, our Israeli football players, dear friends. Jerusalem has been the center of the world and the heart of the Jewish people for 3,000 years. On this beautiful morning, when you look at our city, you can see that Jerusalem is growing faster than ever before. As mayor, this is my goal, to build in our city, to strengthen our city. One example is another Kraft project. The Kraft Family Stadium at the center of town. Robert, I know that this project means a lot to you and your family. I am happy to share that we have finally begun to reconstruct the field while working with the Gihon to improve the entire Jerusalem water system. And you know, they said this project will take 3 years. I told them 3 years is okay. 2.5 is better. Today, we are at another project that is close to your heart, the new Kraft Family Sports Campus in the beautiful Arazim Valley. Before this campus, there was nothing here. Our dear friend Robert, in honor of 50 years of a united Jerusalem, made this incredible contribution to the city of Jerusalem and sports in our capital. Robert, you have been one of our best friends. So, on behalf of the Jerusalem, the capital of the Jewish world, thank you, Robert, and a special thank you to Myra, your wife, Zichrona Livracha, for teaching you and so many of us the love of Israel. Jerusalem is, of course, the capital of the Jewish world, but will also turn into the sport capital of Jewish world, like Jerusalem and its many cultures. Sports bring people together. I am excited to share our city with members of the New England Patriots. Yes, what a great opportunity for our young football league to learn from the best. I wish you all a pleasant stay in our loved city. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years ago at this time, Robert and Myra Kraft of blessed memory came to Jerusalem for the dedication of Kraft Family Stadium in Jerusalem. That moment changed our lives forever. It became the home of the American football community in Jerusalem that is now spread throughout the country. When this journey began, the Patriots had yet to win a Super Bowl. Now you have 6. That is the good kind of fortune that can happen when you bring football to the Holy Land. Robert Kraft has provided us with some of the most memorable and unexpected moments and memories of our lives. You brought the first Lombardi trophy to our home, and now 6 of his close friends have arrived together with them. That was the first time, I believe it's the first time, 6 trophies. It's definitely the first time 6 Lombardi trophies have left the country and gone anywhere, and we're so honored that it was to Israel. You have brought more than a dozen Patriot players to visit our country over the years. You have 15 now. You've also brought dozens of pro football Hall of Famers. They arrived and they arrived as ambassadors for the game of football, and they returned as ambassadors for the state of Israel. It now gives me great honor to introduce the owner of the 6-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, the Genesis Prize winner, my friend and the friend of the entire American football community in Israel, Mr. Robert Kraft.
It's pretty cool when you can connect things and people you love together with things they might never see or do. And the city of Jerusalem is my favorite city outside of America, and what happens here happens nowhere else in the world. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your kind words and greetings, and your leadership is most appreciated now. We will do more here. But, you know, we're living in a world where it's so divisive at times, and sport is one of the few things that brings people together. And I love the sport of football because it's the true sense of team. And if you want to succeed at anything and sustain success, you need people of good character. And I'm blessed. These guys here from the Patriots are pretty special. What they've done, all of them have helped create this. And yes, it's the first time these trophies have gone out. They represent championship and highest level of performance. And I believe that's what the city of Jerusalem is. It's like no other city and can't be compared. to my friends, personal friends, who traveled all the way over from America and came here. It means so much, and I thank you, and I love it. It gives me nachas to see all these young Israelis ready to play our game that we love. So let's go kick some butt and have a good time. Thank you.
We now ask everybody to please rise for the singing of the U.S. and Israeli national anthems, led by Charles and Dina Davies.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Leva, Penima, Nefesh Yehudi, Homia, Ufatei Mizrach, Kadima, Ain Letzion, Sophia. Oh, Lord, Tikvateinu, Atikva bat shnot alpayim, liyotam chofshi be'artzeinu eretz Zion Yerushalayim, liyotam chofshi be'artzeinu eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
Just give me your name and your position. On now? First of all, where are the overalls? That's the first question.
Overalls back in Houston, man.
Yeah.
It was too hot to come down.
Right.
They said I had to come with some suits and ties, so I couldn't bring the overalls.
Tell me, Vince Wilfork, what is it like for you to be here in Israel at this time? What does it mean to you?
You know what? It's one of those things where a lot of people would love to be in this situation, love to be here just to learn and educate yourself. And it's amazing to learn about some stuff and just get educated on different religions and how people had different thoughts on what was what and stuff. So to be able to come to the motherland and see it all and hear it all and being taught by guys that have been here all their lives, it's very special.
Great, thanks so much. Enjoy coaching. How is it with 6 trophies to be here in Israel, sir? Robert Kraft.
Greatest
Everybody
feeling.
off the field, please.
Love the city of Jerusalem. I love the sport of football. And to be here with the trophies. Chalom Gadol.
Thank you so much. What's it like? I'm here with Patriots legend Drew Bledsoe. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible. He got this started, the face of the franchise for so many years. What's it like for you to be here in Jerusalem? Keep throwing him. He's throwing the ball right now.
It's been, and I think the simplest word for it's been enlightening.
First time here?
First time, yes, and to see the way that this country is portrayed, in our media and internationally, and then actually be here and see how different it is from what the portrayal is has been amazing. Amazing people, innovation. It's such an amazing combination of brand new and very old, and the soulful and the spirituality here. It's truly been amazing, and I can't wait to go back and tell people about it. And I can't wait, to come back and bring my family.
Awesome, that's great. It's so great to have you. It's an honor, and enjoy throwing the ball out here on a beautiful Jerusalem morning. MVP Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP.
It's pretty heartwarming to come out here and have all the Israeli fans screaming your name, and it's awesome. And for the people that don't watch, take a look at the Super Bowl. It's a fun event to watch. It's a very aggressive game, fast, physical. It's an unbelievable game that I love, so I'm partially a little biased with it. It's something fun, and I think you guys would be interested in it.
Is it surprised that you see all this warm welcome you are getting here?
It's not a surprise, because I know the Jewish people, especially Israelis, they're all loving and fun and outgoing, and especially with...
There's a pick six. We're watching a high school game here on the field. Pick six. Pick six.
Pick six.
Pick six.
It's football. But you always...
Everyone's celebrating. There's just a touchdown here in the high school tackle game. You've been here before, but how's this different? Now you have that six championships and MVP. How is this different than the last time you were here? I know you're having a good time in Tel Aviv. We saw that on Instagram, celebrating your birthday.
No, my buddy's friend's
birthday. How is this trip different?
I think it's just it's more familiar now. The first time you come here, you're blown away, and it's not that you're not blown away the next time. It's now you know where to look and where to go, and that same feeling still in the stomach when you come here in Jerusalem that you just brings the chills out. I mean, there's a lot of this is the Holy Land for the reason. Maybe it's the homeland. So
maybe a summer home when you can keep
who knows?
Back.
Who knows?
Aliyah after you retire.
Maybe throw some offices, some JE11 offices out here. So
awesome.
We'll see what we can do. But I definitely plan on coming a bunch more. I didn't technically come with the team. I came out here. I was chilling, and I wanted to support Mr. Kraft with his Genesis Award, and the unbelievable honor that it is for him to get that, and just be part of it.
I'm here with legendary Patriots kicker Steve Gostowski, who actually was on my fantasy team this year, and I want to thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for everything you did in fantasy football. But what does it mean for you to be in Israel here today? First time?
First time here. It's such a beautiful country, and the people are so welcoming, and we've had such a good time. Mr. Kraft is so generous to bring us out here, and to watch a football game in a different country is awesome. I mean, this is so cool, the passion, and watching how hard they're playing out there. It's kind of getting me going a little bit.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Congratulations on the latest championship, and enjoy Israel.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks. I'm here with Hall of Famer Ty Law, who has ruined my dreams since I'm a Colts hat. 2003 AFC Championship game, picked off my guy Peyton Manning 3 times. But that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. What does it mean for you to be in Israel?
Oh, man, it means a lot. I mean, to come to the Holy Land and actually see American football and all the things that Mr. Kraft has, done for this part of the country is amazing. And to be a part of it and just to get to witness where, Jesus was, man, this is where Jesus lived, man. You know what I mean? And it's to actually experience it, to get baptized in the Holy River. I mean, it's such a surreal experience, and I'm really enjoying myself.
Well, welcome to Israel. And even though you crushed my dreams as being a Colts fan, it's okay. We still love you. Well, there you have it. That was Ty Law. The guy literally crushed my dreams. Since those who know me know I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan. But here they are, former players, current players of New England Patriots, coaching the next generation of American football and Israel players here at the Kraft Family Sports Campus here in Jerusalem on a beautiful Friday morning. Hopefully they'll continue the tradition of Touchdown in Israel. Looking forward to Touchdown in Israel 4, hopefully in another 2 years. But it's been great to talk to the players, talk to everyone involved here in American football in Israel. This has been another edition of Israel Uncensored, a special edition of Israel Uncensored. with Touchdown in Israel 3 here at the beautiful Kraft Family Sports Campus here in Jerusalem. Get in touch with me during the week, Josh at thelandofisrael.com, on Facebook, Joshua Hasten, on Twitter at Josh Hasten, and on Instagram as well. Hope you enjoyed this special edition of the show with all of the NFL players. It really, you know what it comes down to? They're really doing an amazing job for Israel's public diplomacy. You just can't buy this type of public diplomacy. These guys come in here and sharing their stories, as many of the players expressed. We'll end with that. Everybody out there, wonderful world of ours. It is Friday, June the 21st, recording for my Monday show. Be safe wherever you are in the wonderful world of ours. Signing out from a beautiful morning in Jerusalem.
This week on Inside Israel Today on the Land of Israel Network, on thelandofisrael.com, we will get first-hand testimony from the successful Jerusalem Post Conference in New York, from behind the scenes at that event.
He's doing all of it for the sake of the Jewish people, with his kippah on his head to show the Jewish people will survive.
Listen to Inside Israel Today on the Land of Israel Network.